Hey guys, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another super easy dinner, lunch, whatever kind of a meal you want it to be. It's going to be Parmesan Crusted Chicken with a side of sauteed zucchini and onions. Like I said, super easy. I really think it's one of my favorite dinners. So here I already have my chicken in my pan. I personally like to butterfly my chicken breasts so that they're not so thick, and that way I cook it for a shorter period of time and the chicken does not dry out as fast. So that's a benefit of butterflying your chicken. If you don't want to butterfly your chicken, you absolutely do not have to. Totally a personal preference on my part. And so over here I already cut up my zucchini. This was a garden zucchini and it was massive. It was probably 1.5 foot long, and 1/3 of a white onion. I chopped that up, so that's why my zucchini looks a little different, because it was huge. And I also have butter over here. So to start, I'm going to melt about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter in this pan to start my vegetables. And my oven is already preheated at 425 for the chicken. And so what I'm going to do while I'm waiting for this butter to melt, I'm going to make the spread that goes on top of the chicken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some mayonnaise, about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup, and then I'm going to take some grated Parmesan cheese and mix them together in a bowl, and then spread it on top of the chicken. And it's honestly that easy. So I think I'm at the bottom of this jar, so I'll honestly probably just use the rest of what's in here. So I always put my mayo in first, because otherwise the grated Parmesan will just fall to the bottom. There's that. And I think I might grab another jar of mayonnaise just so I can add a little bit more. Okay, so fresh jar of mayonnaise, just gonna add a little bit more. There we go. I'm comfortable with that amount. Close this up. Now I'm going to take my Parmesan cheese. I just use Kraft brand. It's awesome. I get this big giant tub at Costco and I can't find this size really anywhere else. And so what I'm going to do, shake it up. See? Okay, my butter's almost melted, so I'm going to pause this real quick. And I'm just going to dump my zucchini and my onions in here. What did I say? Messy stir. So I'm just gonna do that. Let that start settling in. Salt and pepper. Once we get more into these videos, you'll notice that I salt and pepper most of my vegetables whenever I cook. So for the Parmesan cheese, you want to do about 1/4 cup. Maybe 1/3. Yeah, it's got to be 1/3. So like I said in the last video, when you're mixing ingredients together and you're not using a measuring cup, kind of like how I do it, you want to add little by little, because you can always add more in but you can't take it away. So it's not super grainy yet. I'm going to add a little bit more Parmesan cheese in here. Okay. So this should be good. just gonna move these around, flip them, and just saute them all till they're cooked down, till the onions are translucent. I don't like my vegetables super burned, just kind of well cooked so that there's not a big crunch to them. But again, this step also is totally up to you. Cook your vegetables however you like them. And guys, if you're liking this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know how you would alter this recipe to make it your own. What are your favorite vegetables to cook together? I love zucchini. I honestly have it all the time in my house. One of my staples, along with chicken. So yeah, and also like it, share it with your friends. And this is probably my #1 keto meal that people love who are not on keto. So when I'm cooking for a group of, my family who are coming over, or some friends, they honestly just rant and rave about this. It's so awesome. So while those are cooking, I am going to move this right here. And I already put my chicken in this pan before I started because I'm super, I'm super like clean when it comes to chicken. I want no risk of getting chicken juice anywhere. So that's already done before we started. So now with the spatula, I am just going to take a little bit at a time, kind of plop it, in various areas of this pan. Okay, and then push it to the edges. Also guys, before you start this step, or before you even put the chicken in, I do not oil this pan. I don't spray it. I don't do anything because the oils from the mayonnaise are going to act as a natural non-stick. So that's another plus. Saves you a step. That sometimes I even still forget to do. So extra mayonnaise was a good call because I definitely needed it. And push them back there. And pretty much, I know it sounds gross, but just act like you're frosting a cake almost. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the sink. And my oven is already preset to 425. I am going to put this uncovered in the oven for about 20 minutes and it will be all nice and brown on the top and it will be so awesome. Alright, so these are starting to cook down just the way I like them to. And I know a lot of people aren't particularly fond of onions or onion flavoring or anything like that. But me personally, I love onions. I've always loved onions. I think that they just add such a good flavor to everything. And that's why I like to cook them with my zucchini. I know onions cook a lot faster than most vegetables and things like that. So when you add it in with the zucchini, it takes longer for the onions to cook naturally. And then as it's cooking slowly, like all of the flavors are getting in there, kind of like how I explained with the video last week that I did of my keto unstuffed peppers, which was a big hit. And if you love stuffed peppers and miss them, go ahead and check that video out. Alright, so since my chicken just went in the oven and it's going to be in there for about 20 minutes, I am going to put these vegetables on low, probably about a 1 or a 2 based on my notches, and mine go from 1 to 9, so there you can eyeball it for you. And so I'm going to turn it down a little and then just kind of let these sit and cook slowly so that they don't get burnt or cooked and cooled down too much before the chicken's ready. So after that comes out of the oven, I'll be back. I'll let you know what the finished product looks like. Alright guys, my chicken is done in the oven. My vegetables are cooking. They're still on low, just keep them warm, but they look great. This is how I like them to look. Just really, I mean, droopy does not sound like a good word, but just really cooked down. That's how I like them. So I'm going to take this chicken out of the oven. So hot. Okay. So here is the finished product of our Parmesan roasted chicken, and it is just to die for. Like, I am so excited to eat this. I could eat it once a week, every single week, and be so happy. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, tell me how you would make this, tell me if you've made this, and when you make it, let me know how much you love it. And please hit subscribe, show your friends this video, show everyone, let them know how good this is, and I appreciate it. Let me know other videos that you want to see, other recipes, things you want me to keto-fy. So thanks, I'll see you next week.